may have heard the quote that if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a family. That's because a woman is more likely to pass on and value education for her children. And what about the statistic that if women controlled the family income, she would invest more than 90% straight back into the family in education, health and nutrition. With these strengths, you'd imagine that women everywhere would be secure and highly valued. But the truth is, that's often not the case. It's estimated that 70% of the world's poorest people are women and girls. So what's behind this reality? Well, it's called gender inequality, and it's a major problem in the world. Gender's not just whether you're a male or a female. Gender is about what it means to be men and women in society. Think about the Pacific for a moment. Women are often resourceful, active and creative as they cope in difficult situations. Typically, men have assumed roles of leaders, bosses, wage earners, while women have been assigned the domestic, caring, servant roles. The gender roles they're given mean that women are often treated as inferior to men and are rarely given opportunities to exercise their leadership potential. Women in the Pacific earn 70% less than their male colleagues, if they have a job at all, and hold only 5% of seats in Parliament. Worse than this, as many as 6 in 10 Pacific women have experienced violence from a male, many from within their own families. In situations where there's limited income, a boy is usually chosen to go to school. If a girl grows up without an education, she is likely to marry young and become financially dependent on her husband. This can make her more vulnerable, especially in situations of domestic violence. This is a discrimination that can lead to poverty. But it doesn't have to stay this way. Change is possible. All of UnitingWorld's projects have a focus on gender, supporting women as they take the lead on issues like gender-based violence, a lack of access to education, political representation, and the opportunities to make a living. The women's networks we work with are active, articulate, wise, and organised. But it's not just up to the women. Many Pacific men are getting on board as well and calling for change. Gender equality is essential if we want to effectively reduce poverty, violence, and discrimination. It may not happen overnight, but when we all work together, it will happen. And that's exciting.